Everybody, what's up? Circus here, coming at you with this week's power ranking video, and it's going to be an interesting week, and I want to get into it as quick as we can, but we do have an announcement. Kamel has an announcement, and what is that, buddy?
And that is that Battle Phase Asia is going to be coming this week. Thursday is going to be the first one at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is when we're going to try it. I want your guys' feedback on what you think about the time, the setup, if you think Japanese and Asian players will be able to enter. So yeah, tell your friends.
All right, so what we do here at the Power Rankings is we track tournaments throughout the week, and we see how decks perform, and we assign them points based on how they finish, all right? And then we rank them. It's pretty simple. So if a deck gets a first place finish, it gets 6 points. A second place finish is 4 points. A top 4 is 2 points, and top 8 is a single point. Okay, so the tournaments that we track have to have a similar format, usually rounds of Swiss into a top cut. You can have a side deck of 7 cards, and they can side in a skill. We do that so the numbers actually mean something, so you can't compare apples to oranges, can you? All right, but the problem is lately in the community, the tournaments have all started to change a little bit. Even the PCT is a 2-deck format now. DLM's doing no side deck. Some tournaments change every week. They have a different format every week, I noticed. So there's a lot of variety right now in the community, so make sure to enjoy.
Let us know what you think in the comments about the formats.
Oh God, don't do that. Don't do that. All right, so the tournaments that fit this week were, well, the Battle Phase series. So our tournaments were the only ones that met that criteria. And actually our Tuesday tournament was a single elim, so there you go. But we will be running 7 tournaments a week in the future, so there'll be at least 7.
Yeah. Next Power Rankings.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so keeping that all in mind, in first place with 34 points, a 21-point lead, and that means this deck, 2 weeks in a row, 20
according to Herf, which no one on YouTube likes.
That's a tier 0 deck. So obviously you already know who it is, but it is Shiranui in first place, Magician Girls in second. We saw that last week as well.
Yeah, and just to see, like, a lot of the decks that we thought were holding on to their spots near the top of the power rankings for several weeks, Kristrons and Blackwings and Ritual Beast, Heroes, even all those decks, no points coming in for them this week. You know, I really want to wonder why that is, whether it's because of their lack of results from the Meta Weekly and stuff like that being in the power rankings, or is it just because Shiranui has come out and just proved to be so dominant against them no matter the tournament?
On one deck I do want to mention, because we get a little flack for it in the comments because people think we hate it, but it's Dark Magician. They got one top 32 in the past week.
Yikes.
That's it.
Yeah,
so
that's big yikes.
It's not that we're not including it. It's not going to be in the power or in the Rogue Deck Roundup either. So
oh man,
2 weeks in a row, 0 points.
But let's get into a Shiranui. Surely they would have had a dominant performance. Now, Circus, we only have 5 tournaments, but 95 participation is still insane. I don't know how much it was last week, but it was around the same.
It was actually, the numbers are almost exactly the same as last week. Like the conversion rate, the times played and everything. But look at that, 34 points, 4 tournament victories this past week. That is just crazy.
And if you take a look at top 8 conversion rate, seeing that 9%, ooh, that means it's Shiranui hot time. It's hot time for Shiranui, man. All the Shiranuis, it's the best time to be a Shiranui player when you see that 9% on the power rankings. That means they are tier 0.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, this is the Ghost Meets Girl version up on the screen, as people call it, combo. I got to cast this one with Shiranui #1. This guy put on a clinic on how to play this version of the deck. His opponent was playing Gokis. The Goki player started first each time with Necro Valley, set Necro Valley turn, or activated Necro Valley turn 1, and this guy played through it all 3 times. And he was
talking with you on stream.
Who's that?
Shiranui #1?
No, we watched it. You know, I was calling the game. Okay. So, and the third game, he set a Ballista Squad that got CC'd right away, and he actually ended up winning the game using only the monster cards. Only monster cards.
Absolutely insane.
That's it.
And
yeah.
partly part of the reason why this deck is doing so well right now in the combo version specifically is because of its great matchups against the next two performing decks, which are Magician Girls and Karakuri. All
Hmm.
those other decks that you probably thought you would have had to account for, Crystron's, Blackwings, like where are they even in the top cut of a tournament? You're not seeing them. So what Shiranui really has are his good matchups against the other two performing decks and being able to remove things from the graveyard with Katone, using your Shiranui monsters with your powerful graveyard effects against oh my gosh, against Karakuri, they don't have any graveyard effects.
Right.
You absolutely destroy them.
But yeah, watching this guy just put on a clinic because I didn't really know, do I like combo, do I not? We make fun of it a lot, but just watching him play it, you could see him playing 2 or 3 turns ahead, just moving cards around. I mean, when you're not playing any spells or traps and you're just doing all the work with the monsters themselves, it was a very impressive performance. So
Yeah, I think previously the reason that Control was doing a lot better was that the best way to stop the most immediate threat, which was Karakuri's, which was just to floodgate Canadia them, Phoenix Chain
right.
them, and Control had all of that, but not anymore, man. The other little more backhanded way of taking away your opponent's resources is seems to be a little more effective now.
Well, a lot of people are hating on Shiranui, obviously, because it's been around a long time. People are tired of it. But if the control version went away, I could watch combo for another month and not be upset. I could say
Mm,
that, you know.
all right.
So we'll
Yep,
see.
Shiranui definitely dominating on the week and likely will in the future weeks.
Yeah. Hashtag next ban list. That's what I'm saying.
Casey Cup right around the corner.
Yep. All right, second place again. The numbers for this deck didn't really change a whole lot either. It's kind of crazy. Magician Girls, steady in second place, almost similar numbers as last week too.
Yeah, Magician Girls, not as much representation, but they do have a
No.
very, very healthy conversion rate 16%. That is good. They place very high despite them not getting a tournament win. Now, can we look back at Shiranui really quick? I want to see if they lost to Shiranui in the finals. Doesn't look like it. No. Right? Battleface Sunday, Battleface pop up Saturday. No.
Battle Phase
Okay. They
Friday
didn't.
and Battle Phase EU. Yep.
Yeah, they did not. So I just wanted to see if they lost to them in the end. But yeah, Magician Girls here just packing the heavy backer along with the invoked engine. It's timeless, but it is very easily interrupted by sheer combo Shiranui, which did take the number one spot on the week. That's why I wanted to see if they claimed any of those tournament wins against this deck.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, all around this deck is performing well. So I guess if back in the day you went and got your Element Saber deck, you can just switch right over to this and you're good to go.
Yeah, do not be afraid to play Magician Girls. There's very low representation for it right now. If you have the cards, get in there. It's powerful if you do not have Shiranui.
Yep. And look at that back row. Just a bunch of one ofs. And I can't see that one. It's the extra deck monsters.
Yes.
It's the row above that. It's the first card. What is that? I can't even tell. What is that?
it's
Oh my
it's
god. Is that Paleozoic Canadia? The most
it,
unplayed card in the meta right now?
it definitely is Paleozoic Canada.
Holy crap. I thought that card never got played. Sure enough, there it is.
Good thing he went into the Valiant Souls main box to get that card,
Crazy. No one plays that card. Unless you want
right?
to, play
Good
small
job,
tournaments.
YGL. Second place Battleface
That's right.
Friday.
All
All right,
right,
and here
third
we
place,
are.
Karakuri.
Yep, Kara Curry, 12 points right behind Magician Girls. And again, 56 participation, very much lower than the number one spot, but a very healthy conversion rate despite their straight up lack of results. And yes, Kara Curry still facing a very prominent weakness in that they do not have recovery late game, especially if their opponent is playing on par with them or if they're ahead. If you don't set your opponent behind with Karakuri very early, then it's very easy for your opponent to catch up and set you behind.
I've noticed the trend lately, these Highlander back rows. Look at this. I think people are just trying to have like a Swiss Army knife in the back row. It's crazy. It's, usually Neg would be on the channel saying you want to have consistency, so you play three of one card, three of another, and just pray that you get one of those cards. Whereas this is just you're just praying to get one of what is this, 6 different cards?
Yeah, well, I'd argue, like Kara Curry is a deck with a lot of draw power, and previously that was hailed as what made it one of the
Mm-hmm.
best side decks because you get those draws into your one of each of your one of back row, your fiendish, your chain disappearance, whatever you need for that scenario, and then you're able to pop off. You can search the rest of your Kara Curry cards with just about any starter. So all you need to do is hard draw into your back row. So it ends up working pretty well. But yeah, pretty
Not
specific back
well
row
enough
here.
though. Not well
Not well
enough.
enough to win the tournament.
Yeah.
But some pretty specific back row here. Dark Bribe, that card never gets played.
Yeah.
That card never ever gets played. Gives your opponent a card. Your opponent gets to draw a card when you play that. That's crazy.
Well, Dark Bribe will be on the next Staples list, so
Oh my gosh.
just another card that people don't play.
All right. But yeah, Kara Curry, not a whole lot to say. They haven't changed much, but they have not been able to take the power rankings or even come close since Shiranui has moved on in, and both of their versions have started winning tournaments.
They love that top 8 spot.
Yeah.
All right. Next one on the list, Blue Eyes did win a tournament.
Hey, Blue Eyes. People have been asking about Blue Eyes a lot recently, and they did win Battle Phase EU this week. And looking at this, a pretty standard list, although they are playing a Dawn Knight, which is a throwback to the old Blue Eyes build. We were playing 3 Dawn Knight, 3 Stone, no more
Yep.
though. Only playing it at 1 and maxing out on all of your discard traps. Only playing things to send your stone to the graveyard. Very good. Not utilizing cards of consonance. That is a big deterrent from people playing Blue Eyes, and this winning list from Silent PP did not play cards of consonance.
He didn't
So
need it, man. He didn't need it.
definitely look into that. If you did not want to play this because you needed cards of consonance, did not want to go into that box, if you've gone into these 3 vital boxes, which are the Shiranui one, Karma Cut, and Ballista Squad, and you want to get Blue Eyes, you got Blue Eyes, man. I mean, it's winning 9% conversion rate on the week, 22 decks. That's good.
We're seeing
Play
it make
Blue
a
Eyes.
small comeback. That's what this deck does, right?
Small comeback. Play Blue Eyes, guys. Let's go.
Nah. All right. And then in 5th place, this is kind of weird. I didn't expect this.
Goki.
Goki. Yeah. It got a second place finish.
They got 1 second place finish. Oh god, that just shows you we're really desperate. We have no results at all. Goki's getting in, win 4.
Well, this is the finals I saw of Shiranui versus Goki's.
Yeah, so Goki, not too much has changed, and he beat Goki's with 3 Necro Valley in the main deck.
Yes, and he's playing balance, so that guy opened it all 3 games.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it.
Crazy. But Goki's do what they do. I think they're honestly, I put them in the rogue decks this week too, because I feel like they've fallen off to rogue deck status. They graduated a while back into meta status, but I feel like that's not where they're at anymore.
I'm willing to give Goki the leeway because they were given like a conditional meta status, just because
probationary, like a 90-day probation,
yeah, like a trial period, and they didn't stay in long enough, so they're still a rogue deck. But yeah, not too much has changed for Goki's. The strategy is still the same. I don't know how much they make use of Xyz monsters, but I cannot think that you would want to Xyz with Goki's at all because you don't get their effects because once they're Xyz materials, they are no longer monsters on the field. So yeah.
Right. Well, obviously he wants to get into that Armades as soon as possible.
Well, is he playing a wielder or something? Maybe in the side deck. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. But there you go. Goki's. All right. We'll do a quick at a glance. Your overall representation, obviously dominated by Shiranui, but look at that. Kara Curry hired the Magician Girls, but did not perform as well. Kristrons, very high representation.
Yeah, man.
Very
a lot
low
of these
points.
decks that we have been seeing a lot of not performing at all. Magnets are what is this meta right now? Magnets more tied with Black Wings. Wow.
Well, look at the bottom
That's
there,
crazy.
onomatopoeia or whatever the people are calling it, or ga ga ga. It has
Hmm.
two names, but it got played a little bit and it scored some points. You will see it in the Rogue Deck Roundup. So
Nice.
yeah, not bad. But look at Dark Magician, nine. It got played 9 times this past week.
And
Nine
0 points.
times. Yep. So there you go.
Mm.
All right, conversion rates obviously going to be dominated by Magician Girls this time. Car Curry, Ritual Beast again, no points or very few points, I should say. Shiranui, Blue Eyes. Look at Crystron's. God damn, they were doing so well like 2 or 3 weeks ago. We were like, Crystron's is back, baby.
Yeah, Magician Girls,
No,
I think they have very good conversion rates. They are lacking in representation, but for them to really rise to the top, they need a good answer to Shiranui specifically, but generally other graveyard decks because they can't lock down other graveyard decks without locking themselves down. So,
right.
yeah.
All right, and top 8 finishes this week was, of course, Shiranui, Magician Girls, Kara Curry, Ritual Beast. What? You probably got 3 points off of that. Look at Onomatopoeia though, up there in the 5th spot with 2.
Yeah,
So
two top eight finishes. Nice.
not bad at all. And then victories this week was obviously Shiranui with 4, and then Blue Eyes with 1. So there you go.
Right.
We'll
Mhm.
let you look at the main list again as we get ready to get out of here. But I think this is pretty much what we're going to be seeing in this format
Until we
until.
get
Yeah,
this post Casey Cup ban list, please. And it is hard to, it's, they're gonna have to put the nail in the coffin for sure, Nui, if they want to see the new decks and new strategies thrive. I think time has come.
yeah.
You know, I'm not sure what they're gonna have to do, but they're gonna have to do something, and they're gonna have to do it after this next Casey Cup because
Shiranui,
nothing that
Karakuri,
yeah,
Kristrons.
nothing that can be added to the
Yep.
game is going to be able to thrive under, the
Right.
current climate.
Heavy synchro era. Yeah, I mean you're gonna have to kind of get those synchros out of here because all the best decks are synchro decks right now.
Yeah, and they just have too many explosive effects that Xyz and new decks are not going to have access to for many months. So,
Well, I guess Magician Girls is obviously fusion, but if Kristrons pop off, they're gonna be 2 3 weeks ago they're at the top, and we're like Kristrons are the best. Synchro deck, Karakuri, synchro deck, Shiranui, synchro deck. So obviously something's gonna have to be done
mhm.
to all the synchro decks to make room for the XZ's decks, or you just release some killer XZ's.
Right. And we just had a main box. Didn't happen. A lot of people were looking for that to happen. Not likely that it's going to happen in a mini box either.
No.
So,
And the ban list, we got a week, or the Casey Cup is this week, and it's going to finish up a week from today. We're filming this on a Sunday, and then it's
mhm.
usually takes up to 2 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks.
So
Yeah.
it could be up to a month, like 3 to 4 weeks before we even really know what happens. So maybe around middle of December, early December.
Hopefully before the new year, we get a new meta. But
Yeah,
until then, uh, you will be tuning into the Shiranui rankings every Monday morning. But yeah.
tier 0 meta. All right, we're gonna get out of here, but you should get in our Discord because that's where we host all these wonderful tournaments. We also have a great new player channel, and we've started. Kamel and I have started doing a Saturday night new player stream. We had a lot of fun last night when we did it. We were playing on the ladder, playing
Yep. Answering
Amazons,
questions.
answering questions. So if you have any questions, you can come hang out with us and ask like, how should I use my UR Dream Ticket?
Yeah.
And,
Always make sure you get in the Discord, get in the new player help channel whenever you need it.
all right, we're gonna get out of here. I'm Circus. That's Kamel. So yeah.
Peace out, guys.